No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. Oh, this door is open. This door right here, this door is open to you. Is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Morning's here on the shoulders of the sun, standing high, looking me in the eye. Go fetch my armor, watch your Ivanhoe joust in the hippodrome. Surging through me is stronger than lightning conviction, commanding me conquer the mountain. For your time has come and your life has arrived. You can let it pass if your purpose is mere compromising. Your star dream is sleeping near the sun. Oh, I can touch the sky. Turn the world on its side. What a great magician am I. And life is looking fine. And children are born for the good of the earth. They must savor the soil. For the good of their minds, they must matter for better. Cast me to fate or denounce me by name. For the good of my soul, I'll challenge the reign of the heartless, regardless of the price I pay. Hail Excalibur free. Legions follow my lead. What a great crusader am I. Hail my magic mind. I can be what you wanted to. I can be what you think you are. I am. Turning the world on its side. What a great magician am I. Hail my magic mind. Touching the sky, touching the sky, turning the world on its side. What a great magician am I. Hail my magic mind. Our good friend Marilee said, that'll be a good one to start.
Thank you, thank you. We have Pete and Paul back with us. We have them a couple times a year. I'm so grateful. If you don't know, their weekend started Friday night at the Mount Hood Kiwanis camp for differently abled adults, and they do that every single Friday, every summer. And when they get there, I was saying last night, literally when they get there, you see a rush of people just running towards them, and they have their pictures, the band's pictures on their t-shirts, and they are worshiped. So, what a way to be. It's a great thing. We're so grateful that they were also at our garden party last night, and they'll be downstairs doing a fundraiser, and all of that goes to the Mount Hood Kiwanis camp. So that's a blessing. And we welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland as we gather as a spiritual community and we take that breath. If you haven't taken a breath in a week or two, I would just invite you to just take that breath of spirit. We know that we are all gathering, whether you're in this space or you're with us in our virtual family, we are gathering. And we gather with a mission of transforming lives that transform the world. We know we're here to live into a larger story, to understand and to accept maybe the cosmic 2x4 that's in front of us, and know that really what it is an invitation to evolve and to have a larger story for humanity. Our vision is creating community. It's living love. It's teaching truth. It's serving spirit, and it's practicing peace. And the opportunity to gather in this is truly what we know moves us forward. It's such an important time to gather. And so as we gather, we are a community of consciousness. And I just want to anchor as we come together that consciousness is a spirit, it has a spiritual basis. Life is lived from the inside out. And as a spiritual community, we also have spiritual values. And those include the wholeness of every being. That means every being on this planet, every being in this country. We believe in due process of law. We hold these sacred spaces. And I believe what we're being invited into right now as humanity is to find a larger picture of what freedom looks like. We're getting ready for the 4th of July, and as a community and in consciousness, we get to find a larger story of what that is. This coming Friday it is, isn't it? Yes, this coming Friday will be the 249th celebration of freedom. But most of us now, as we learn correct history, have realized that wasn't the idea of freedom. We're still learning. And my invitation to each of us is just to invite into our hearts and our minds and our beings an idea of freedom that includes us all, and it includes enough for every being. So we're going to begin in prayer. Wherever you've been this past week or two, it's so easy to look at what's happening in the world and to be in fear or wonder, what do I do, or how do we hold a space? As we come together today, I just invite you to move into your heart space. Every one of us is connected to the infinite wisdom of the universe. It created us, it lives as us, it loves through us, and our opportunity is to go to that heart space, to check in and just say, here I am, infinite spirit. Remind me of the truth of my being and all that I am. Let's begin in prayer. Infinite Spirit, we open. We open with a yes. I am willing to expand, to explore, and to travel this journey this day. I'm willing to be a part of a transformation of humanity, of a learning to love myself, and to learning to love all of those around me, and all that I understand and those I don't yet understand. We encircle this country in that, and just simply love. A love that remembers we are all a part of humanity and we are all one. And we allow that love to encircle this globe, every being, everywhere, knowing that we have come to live in peace as love this day. And for this opportunity to gather in this knowing and to simply know it moves through us, we say thank you, Infinite Spirit. And so it is. Amen. And Beth is coming up.
Good to see you all here on this beautiful summer day. As always, I want to first introduce our prayer chaplains who are here today to pray with you this morning and to hold space. We have George and Annette. Yes. We are so grateful for all of our prayer chaplains. You can submit a prayer request if you're not ready to pray with someone in person following the service today. You can find those in the backs of your chairs and out on the lobby table. If you place those in our prayer box here, they will hold those for you for 30 days before sending them off to Silent Unity. We have a dial-a-prayer that's available to you. I know some weeks you just have to call that number every day, and it's available there for you. So we have little magnets you can stick on your fridge. They're out in the lobby also. You can pick those up. And a wonderful way to center before the service on Sunday mornings is to join the prayer chaplains for the guided meditation that happens at 10:30 in the chapel each Sunday before the service. I want to first give a big thanks to everybody who showed up for the garden party last night, all the helpers, the musicians. We had a wonderful time with the Barquette brothers featuring Marilee and Peggy, who joined them as well. A good time was had by all. I'll tell you, one of the highlights, and I have to say this, I got to give a special shout out to the garden team. That garden is amazing. It is stunningly beautiful. They're doing a fantastic job out there. It's amazing. If you need a minute to recharge, recenter, to appreciate the beauty of nature, take a walk out there. You will be delighted. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So if you need a little relief from the heat in the coming days, the heat is coming, folks. Yes, chair yoga and meditation each Tuesday at 4. You can come in and have a wonderful time of stretching a little bit and having some quiet meditation with Lisa Siri. Each class is $10. Drop-ins are always welcome. You can come anytime. The current events book study, ongoing. Again, you can pop in anytime. They read a chapter of a book. Right now, they're still working on Marianne Williamson's Politics of Love. They also keep the What You Can Do table updated with all the wonderful little things you can do to take a little self-action to create the world that you want. And I have to mention, it's the last day of the month. If you haven't got your name into the bookstore raffle, today's the day to do it for June. She chooses a name each month. You get some free bookstore merchandise, and this is in honor of our 100th anniversary celebration. So stop in there today and make sure you do that. No purchase necessary. Of course, the big news today is the Youth Ed and Family Ministry are having a taco bar following the service. That's always a wonderful thing. You can have lunch for a love offering. Come and enjoy a taco or two. You can help our middle schoolers get to Unitreat. That is their retreat that happens in a couple of weeks. I know that Barbara and some of the parents are taking a boatload of kids to camp after the service today. So all of these fundraisers that we do for Youth Ed support these kids to have an experience of a lifetime, and it is life-changing for them. So we appreciate you supporting us in these ways. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. In a couple of weeks, you will have a chance to join us for our annual picnic. This is a wonderful yearly thing. We get the guys to grill the dogs and the burgers and the not dogs and the not burgers. We have all choices for everybody. We ask you to bring a side picnic potluck dish and, start thinking about what you're going to bring, how you can get involved. It is in a couple of weeks. I have got a sign-up sheet out on the table. We do need help with some things. We cannot pull this off by ourselves. We need some hands, extra bodies. So check the list out and see how you can participate. We really, really need some help. Minimum energy required. It's a one-time thing. No commitment. One day. All right, just saying. The other thing we need desperately is an electrician, okay? Must be licensed and insured. If you are one, if you know of one, maybe you live with one, we need to know who they are. Please come and see me following the service. We really need to get a couple things happening around here with that. And I am told that we have 2 tickets left for All Shook Up, which is the play at Lakeside. Is that this Friday? No. When is it?
July 24th.
July 24th. Okay, there you go. You got a couple weeks, but get those tickets. There's only 2 left. You can do that on PushPay, and please let Reverend Lisa know so she can also invite you to. They always go out to dinner before that. So, fun night. Make sure you check that out. Check your calendar and see if you can join in for that. So if it's your first time here, we're awfully glad you're here and joined us this morning. Perhaps you were able to pick up a welcome packet on your way in. If you did not do that, our ushers are coming forward with those, and if you'll just raise your hand and hold it up, they'd love to put one in your hands this morning. On the back, there is a yellow card. If you will fill this out, or you can also use the QR code, this gets you on our newsletter mailing list, which will come to your email each Thursday, tell you everything that's going on so you can keep up. And there's a red rose sticker on the front. We'd love for you to peel that off, put it on your name tag so we know who you are. And we invite you to come downstairs for a coffee and connection. Come on down, have a taco, make a few new friends, and enjoy your holiday weekend. Have a good week. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you. And we do welcome all of you who are here for the first time, or if you haven't been here in a while. It's so important to be able to anchor and find a home and a place where we can connect with others of like mind. If the message you hear this morning, if the ideas work for you, I would encourage you to become a part. It just, right now, as I think sometimes more than others, finding a place where we belong and where we can, in turn, touch other lives and start enlarging the belonging and the connection in our country and on our planet and in this city is so important. So if these ideas work for you, I would encourage you to become a part. If they don't work for you, I would encourage you to find a place that does, that remind and that says, hey, I know who I am. I'm inspired and I'm ready to move forward. So we're just happy to have you with us. We believe that as we gather, whether it's in person or it's literally in our virtual family, there is a consciousness. You know, Jesus said, where 2 or more are gathered, there am I in the midst of you. If you look at that quantum physics-wise, it's the same thing. Wherever we gather in an energy of creation, something larger is created whenever we are willing to authentically be there and be a part. So we're really thrilled to have you with us. And we are going to stand and sing. You're on. We're ready. We are going to, I just invite you to join us. If I Had a Hammer, okay, by Pete Seeger. I bet we all know this one. Hopefully.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out warning, I'd hammer out the love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd bring it in the morning, I'd bring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out warning, I'd ring out the love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. And if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, I'd sing about the love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Now I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's the song about the love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's the song about the love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land, all over this land, all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's the song about love, they're singing all over this land, all over this land, all over this land, all over this land.
All right, and we just invite you to turn to those around you with a handshake, with a welcome, ask for a hug if you want one. Hey, Joe. I'll wait. Hey, I just wanted to say hi. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, it was wonderful. It really was. I was so glad. Thank you. This is interesting. Outstanding. You know, on Sunday mornings when we greet each other, it's always a fascinating, but I know. We're connecting. Our hearts always desire to experience the connection. You know, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, who were the co-founders of Unity, which is an international movement. But Charles, one of the things that how he defined heaven was a state of consciousness at one with the creative essence of the universe. You could call that God, you could, but literally at one with that. And that hell was also a state of consciousness. It was a place where we were separate. And that idea of how, anybody been separate? Anybody been in hell this week? Just, okay, we have one person. We have one. It's, okay, we're, excuse me, we have a couple more. But that idea, and so all of it was, we can also learn to choose our oneness with the creative intelligence of the universe with God. We can choose at any moment, even when appearances are not what we want them to be, and we realize we are a part of a creative movement that is being required of humanity, we still have the ability to turn inside again and again and again. And so in just a moment, we're going to move into a time of meditation. And I would just invite you to recognize that daily, as we quiet our mind and our heart, we have that ability to center. You all ready? We're gonna move into meditation and that ability. So as you listen to this music, just remember, you have a direct connection with the infinite essence of the universe that is always vibrating through you. And as we listen and get quiet, we find that inner connection.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be a tree. Gonna make my home with the birds and the bees and the squirrels. You can count on me when I grow up to be a tree. I'll let my limbs get stiff, plant my feet in the ground. When the winter comes, I'll settle down, keep my clothes till they turn brown. When I grow up, I'm gonna settle down. I'm gonna read, 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 reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna reach till I know why. When the spring comes round, I'm gonna get real green. When the dogs come around, I'm gonna get real mean. On windy days, I'll bend and lean. When I grow up, I'm gonna get real green. If I should fall in a storm or slumber, please don't turn me into lumber. I'd rather be a Louisville slugger, swinging for the seats. I'm gonna read, 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 reach for the sky. I'm gonna read, 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 I'm gonna read till I know why. I'm gonna read, I'm gonna reach.
I'm gonna reach.
I'm gonna reach.
I'm gonna reach.
Reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach.
I'm gonna reach.
I'm gonna reach.
I'm gonna reach.
I'm gonna reach
I'm gonna reach.
till I know why.
I'm going to reach as we take in a deep breath, relaxing our bodies, quieting our minds, and turning within. We open to the realization that there is a sacred meeting place, that as we go within, we recognize we are one with the infinite movement of spirit. With every breath, we quiet, we let go, and we simply reach within, knowing we are one with that source, that very vibration of spirit. And as we say yes to this connection, to this realization that the invitation is for a remembering, a sacred remembering that the I am lives in us, through us, and as us now, we rest in the silence, in the silence. And from that place, that sacred meeting place, we recognize that the movement of life, of love, that presence and power continues to move forth from us with every step, with every breath, with all that we do. And we simply say, here I am, infinite spirit. Teach me, remind me, open me to all that I am to know, to be, and to live. And with that awareness, we say, thank you, and so it is. Amen.
You got me singing, even though the news is bad. You got me singing, the only song I've ever had. You got me singing, ever since the river died. You got me thinking of the places we could hide. You got me singing, even though the world is gone. You got me thinking You got me singing like a prisoner in a jail. You got me singing like my pardon's in the mail. You got me wishing a little love would last. You got me thinking like those people from the past. You got me singing, even though the world is gone. You got me thinking that I'd like to carry on. You got me singing, even though it all went wrong. You got me singing the hallelujah song.
All right, here we are. My goal today, as we come a little closer to the 4th of July, is to talk about freedom. Anybody been pondering freedom lately? And wondering, what does it mean? What do we have? Where have we been? And today, we're doing it a little differently. We're going to look at freedom and old agreements. When I started looking at what has touched me with freedom during my life, one of the things that has is the book, The Four Agreements. And it taught me a lot about freedom and the choices I have of becoming free from some of the ideas that have bound me. Anybody felt like they're bound by one or two agreements we may have made? And we'll go into that. But today and the next 4 weeks, we're going to go through the four agreements, and we're going to look at how do they affect us individually. But my goal is that we also look at the collective idea. For years, I've been talking about evolution in the idea that we are evolving as humanity, and we're doing it individually. All of us have stuff on our plates, and it doesn't seem to go away. It doesn't seem to go away. In fact, what I've noticed in the last 20 years of ministry is that it's amplified. The individual evolution that's being required, it's right there, and it shows up, and it's literally, it's right there. It's, I don't want to say in our faces, but it is right there. And we're not moving anywhere until we're willing to look at it, acknowledge it, and then take it in and say, what does this have to teach me? How do I grow? What is it? What ideas am I holding? And then I talk about collective. And the collective sometimes is just our family, or it can be the group we identify with. It can be a community. Currently, we are being required to evolve collectively as a country, and it's right on our plates. What's interesting, as we move up and continue to evolve, we are noticing that it didn't. I thought maybe individual, we'd master the individual evolution, and then we'd move nicely into collective evolution. Instead, we just started carrying it on. And literally, as we're being asked to create and live within a larger story for humanity, we are also still working with that larger story for ourselves individually. And now we're holding both of those and realizing what it is doing. It may feel like it's a breaking open. And sometimes that's what is required for that larger story to even be there. But the four agreements has a lot to do with the idea of allowing ourselves to be free from some of the thoughts and the ways of life that we may have agreed to up until now. And then we get to look at it and say, is this what I want? For myself, I have worked to read this every year. It's one of those that literally I just have. In fact, I have both of them up here because I've marked up both. I have them so marked. In fact, one of my notes said, read the purple and then the orange and then the yellow on one of the pages. And I thought, okay, we're getting a little excessive here. That means different times I use different markers, and pretty soon it's just like, okay, all of it. I just wish I could ingest it. But this idea, I want us to look at it because I don't know about you, but I don't want to just survive this summer or this year or this journey that we're on. I don't believe we came just to barely survive and to pray that, just don't let anything out there happen. But instead, I'm just holding a place that whatever we go through in our lives, we come out knowing the truth of our being and the essence that we were created as in a larger way. And so my intention for all of us is not just that we survive, but that we thrive. And that may be something that it may be like, no, I just want to get through the next day or the next week or the next event. And I understand that. But I just invite all of us to hold a space of what would happen if we held a thought and an intention that all that's going on transforms us. It allows the old ideas to fall away and something so much more to be born. Because our soul desires, our reason for being here is to evolve that soul and that understanding of who we are and to allow it to create something larger. Martha Smock, who was, I believe she headed up Silent Unity, which is Unity's long prayer ministry for, I think, 50 years or something. She was just this rock of truth. And she said, there is nothing that can limit or bind you. For in truth, and that's truth with a capital T, in spirit, you are free, unfettered, and unbound. But if we haven't made an agreement with that statement, and by the way, the song it used to say, I am free, I am unlimited, there are no chains that bind me. We sang that in my car growing up in our family. That was what you sang on the way to church, on the way to swim practice, on the way to anything you went. And the idea was, I am free, I am unlimited. And yet we find ourselves bound. Now, Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote the Four Agreements, and the Four Agreements, for those of you who don't know, it comes from the wisdom in the Teotihuacan area where the pyramids are in Mexico. And it's their ancient wisdom. And it was these ideas that they're so powerful. In the first one, it starts with the realization that if it's in our life somewhere, we've agreed to it. A belief doesn't actually get anchored in us unless we've agreed with it. Now, he talks about the domestication of the planet, and I want to start with that because he talks about the idea that when we're born into a family, into a society, into a community, we are continually given thought systems. We are given, this is what's real, this is what's not, this is who you are, this is how you act. You're good if you do this, you're not good if you do that. Anybody know any of those things that might have come to them in that way? Literally, we are filled with ideas. And by the time we are 4, they're pretty much solidified. And many of us never even realize that. And these ideas are so powerful because, you might have said, well, I didn't get that many of them. If you grow up believing you're not enough, you took that from the culture around you. And there were, again, individual things we took on, and he calls it's like what we do in life is we live looking through a smoky mirror. In Hinduism, they say we have to remove the veils in order to see what's truly there. And we're all in a part of that process. And some of it is we have to look at the agreements we've made. You may have made an agreement, and when I say that, you don't even know it. I was told that by the time we are 4, we have decided our view of God, whether we know it or not. We've decided whether we're safe or not. We've decided whether we are lovable or not. And so as a society, there's been these agreements, and every culture has it. We have some that are global. We have some that are collective. And we have some, there's differences in families, there's differences in all, and then there's differences in culture. And all of that is there. And so they're all different levels. And we get to decide where we live and what we believe. So his basic idea that we are living in a dream means that we're seeing through into this smoky mirror, because all of our agreements, all of our ideas have been solidified without our even knowing it. And I want to say, many of them we can begin to identify, but a lot of them we haven't even identified. And one of the first ways of healing that is to begin identifying it. You know, we're celebrating 249 years of freedom, but not everybody was free or is free. And somewhere in there, we were given these agreements, and we said, okay. When I learned what white privilege was and how it had affected my life, I realized that somewhere in there, I had learned differences, even though I grew up in unity. And all of my friends in YOU and everything else, there was still, every one of us has some of these cultural agreements. And the universe is saying we're done. Anybody notice it? It's not time for these. This is an old story. But we get to go back and say, what did I agree with? And how can I choose again? So just even acknowledging, we're not wrong. It's not bad. But we found a way of living. And now the invitation, as always, is for a larger freedom for humanity, for us individually, for us collectively. And I don't want to live in a dream and in a story that is worn out. Anybody else agree with that? Is it time? Yes, we have that one we got some answers to. We did not come to live an old story and an old dream. And so it requires us individually learning. And I believe it requires us to be very uncomfortable and to begin learning words and understand ideas and languages and things that we may not have understood before. And when we can look at that, then we find something more. You know, and as New Thought students, Charles Fillmore called what we're looking at race consciousness. And it had nothing to do with black and white. He said it's humanity's consciousness. And we're all a part of changing that by changing our consciousness. And so I grew up thinking I changed my consciousness and I changed the world. I actually believe I changed my consciousness as I also am a part of changing humanity's consciousness. That means the world around me. I get to learn the words, I get to learn the languages, I get to learn more of these pieces, and I get to find something larger. And he said, we must learn to separate error thought from spiritual reality. The truth is, every one of us is an infinite creation of spirit. And every being on this planet, whether they look like us, act like us, or have ever been included in whatever we grew up with, has that same essence. And Unity called it the Christ. They called it the anointed essence, the divine light in every being. And if that word isn't comfortable, I believe you have the universal source of the universe. We're a part of a quantum field, and you have the whole part in you. It's a hologram, every one of us. And so that's the spiritual reality. And we get to learn to live from there, saying, I am enough. There is life in me. I have come to touch the world. And then to something more. We've been looking at Marian Lance, the woman who had the courage in 1925 to start this community and to learn these ideas. And one of the things she said, what's happened is there's a hypnosis of world mind, and we must get out of the hypnosis and move into something else. So what do? We don't see who we really are until we begin saying no to some of the old agreements. And sometimes they are they may be generational. Many of these are ones that, your parents didn't say, I'm gonna give them this and this and this difficulty in life. They did the best they could with what they had. And what they did do was they allowed us to come into, as whole creations of spirit, to take what is there in our hands and to know we are more than whatever is happening in our world. There is nothing in your world that you are not more than and created for something larger. So Ruiz says that all of life is built on agreements. Most of us have signed many of them. And an agreement is simply a belief that we've said yes to. I'm too old. I'll never get ahead. I'm not enough. People can't be trusted. Life is hard. And what we're going to do this week, and my invitation as homework, is for every one of us to begin looking at what might be some of the agreements that we have. I got to talk to someone dear to me who realized they didn't feel safe in this world. And that makes it hard to breathe. And it makes it hard to be where we are. If that's the case, then what we get to do is get curious and say, I wonder what my opportunity is here to have a larger story and to replace it with I am safe and I'm a part of this. Paul Selig taught this. He did something to share. Thank you for sending it to me, but I thought it was fascinating. He said, we were made for these times. There is so much opportunity for evolution and for spiritual growth right now. It's everywhere. And we're the ones who can benefit from that if we're willing to do that. This idea of collective agreements. This week I saw an example of that. And it was in 1954, Roger Bannister, a British runner. He was the first runner to break the 4-minute mile. Many of you have heard his name. It was fascinating. At the time, the agreement was that no man could run a 4-minute mile and survive. And if you ever watch the pictures, he folded over, and it looked like he was going to die. He believed he was going to die. 2,000 men have done that since then. And in 1954, women were not even allowed to run the mile because the belief was that their constitution was not strong enough to run a mile. Isn't that interesting? 1954. I don't think it became oh dear, I didn't write it down. I knew when it was. It didn't become an Olympic sport for forever. But at some point, 72. Okay, thank you. We have the answers among us. In 1972, basically somebody said no, and they began running the mile. I don't know if you were aware, but this week, Faith Kipyegon, and I get tears in my eyes. She's a runner from Kenya who Nike put it on for her, but her goal was as a woman to beat the 4-minute mile. Now, she did not do it, but I adore this woman. I've been watching her for, 5-6 years, and she's a runner from Kenya. She is a mother, and she has created a different world as far as beginning to say, I can do this, I can do this. She started barefoot. She ran barefoot even in her first world championships for cross country, she ran barefoot. And because she didn't have any money for shoes. That was just simply what it was. And, she didn't get them till after she won the Kenyan championships. Someone gave her a pair of shoes. That was and not just shoes. She needed spikes that were specific ones. But she started about 4 years ago targeting the 4-minute mile after she had birthed a child and decided to move on. And she's been talking about it. And they just kind of said, oh, forget it. Last year, I believe it was last year, she took the time from 4:12 to 4:07. This time, she took it down to 4:06. But what I love is when they asked her, they said, well, you didn't do it. And she trained with all these different athletes. It was fun to see who said yes to being there to run with her, because there aren't any women that can pace with her because they don't have the pace she has. But she said, I'm going to do it. And then she got done, and she said, well, I've tried, and I have proven that it's possible. It's only a matter of time. It will come to our way. And if it's not me, it will be somebody else. I know that one time, a woman will run under 4 minutes. I will not stop trying for it. I want to continue trying. And then she said, and I want to tell the young girls that if they want, let me write it back. I would tell them that we are not limited. We can limit ourselves by our thoughts, but if possible, must try everything in our lives and prove to the world that we are strong. I dare to try. The belief and it will happen. I have no question about it. But what it took was somebody believing, first of all, they were strong enough to run, and then begin moving that time down and down and down. We're being asked to let go of a belief. Right? This month is Pride Month. Hungary, they outlawed it, and I've heard numbers between 100,000 and 500,000 that showed up in Budapest. If you look at the pictures, I can't believe how many people are there. And they just simply said, no law can take away what's real here. We are getting to say, no, I won't make that agreement anymore, and I won't live those old agreements. And they're ones that are right there for us. So when we do this, we get to realize we've all made old agreements. And I know it's running late, but I want to share one. Many of you have heard of it. And it still is accurate and true. There have been quite a few studies done where they ask young girls about the age of 3 or 4 which doll is best. And they have a black doll and they have a white doll. And every girl there, black, white, and every other skin color, chooses the white doll. When they ask the majority, and it was at about 74%, it's now at 68%, is what I understand, but it is still there. Somewhere we made an underlying agreement that was based on the color of skin. My invitation is to breathe into that. I work really diligently to know love is the answer, and we are love. Loving ourselves, loving humanity, loving those that took on beliefs that are not what we may want here, but to move into a place. Learning to love yourself is a part of that. Learning to love those around us, and to just keep moving that idea. Those agreements we're done with, but they have to become conscious, and then we have to choose another one. If you want to replace an agreement of I'm not safe, at some point you have to find, for me, I believe, you have to find the presence and power of the infinite within you. You have to begin knowing you are safe. And then as you continue knowing that and having the courage to know it when something scares you or something's right in your face or something doesn't go, that's the process we're going to look at. Now, what Don Miguel Ruiz said is that there are 4 agreements. If we would make these 4 agreements, we will have the energy to change our old agreements. It's rather like holding beach balls underwater. It takes, what we don't realize, it takes huge amounts of energy to keep old agreements stuffed within us. And our opportunity right now is to begin saying, that is an old agreement. If you have ever said, I'm not going to make it, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not anything, that is an old agreement that has no truth or value. What it is for us is the ability to say, I am enough. And then to reach out and look at the people around you, those we understand and those we don't understand, and to say, we are enough. And to know that we stand in a larger agreement that with that there is enough for every one of us. And so I would just invite you this week, as we begin looking at this, we're going to look at those 4 agreements, and we're going to work at applying them in our lives. And if you've already done it, I just invite you to take it a little deeper, because every time I do this, I find another expression of it, another part where it touches my heart and reminds me of who I am and who others are. But we're going to look at that this week. Start noticing what hurts. What, do you feel alone? Do you feel lost? Do you feel whatever it is? Just start questioning. I wonder what's happening. What agreements have I made with life up until now? And know that we're moving forward to thrive and to celebrate a larger story. Thank you. Thank you. And we have the opportunity, we have a couple board members coming up right now, I believe. Quarterly, we hear from the Board of Trustees. Oh, good. And I'm supposed to say something. I don't have any idea what it is. Go ahead.
You're okay. We'll give you a second to figure that out while we're up here. Hi, everybody. Good morning. My name is Lynn Soden. I'm your vice president, and our president, Suzanne, is serving as our service coordinator, so she's in the back taking care of things behind the curtain, so to speak. So I'm here just to introduce these 2 board members, Annie Adams, who is our treasurer, and Lisa Davis, who is our minister and also one of our board members. So I'm going to turn this over to them. As Lisa said, this is our quarterly update to you, our congregation, from the board, and we're just going to take a small amount of time because I can smell those tacos.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here today. It's a good crowd for a lovely, warm Sunday. But I'm Annie. I'm your board treasurer, and I want to share a quick financial and giving update. Thank you first so much for your generosity during our May month of giving. Because of your support, we ended May in the black. We brought in, oh, yes, clap to that. And I have to depart from the text for a minute and tell you a story about that, a sign from Spirit. This morning as we were driving here, I was working on this, what I was going to say, and I was telling Mark about that. May ended in the black. And we have in our car, we have a display where we can see the song that's on the radio. And most of you might not know, but March 30th, 2018, we lost our 15-year-old to leukemia. Heartbreaking. Singer, knew all the lyrics to songs. So songs and lyrics are very important to us. As I'm sharing this with Mark, I look up on that screen in whatever station, 106.2, 92.3, it was AC/DC, Back in Black. Dun-it, dun-it. And I cannot make those things up, so that's going to be my theme song now, Back in Black. All right, so there's my story. Now back to the text. So $8,104 in the May month of giving. That's a big deal, especially since we're often in the red many months. We're doing one final push today for May month of giving. If you haven't had an opportunity, yes, it's June, but hey, it's never too late to give. But looking ahead, we're beginning a slow 6 months transition from our current way of donating from PushPay to a platform called Tithely. Tithely is designed specifically for churches and spiritual communities like ours. It's more cost-effective, which lowers processing fees, which means more of your donation goes directly to supporting Unity. It also offers many flexibility and options. So we will keep you updated on that and let you know how you can participate in that shift. But it's going to be slow and steady, so no shockaroos. But as a part of this shift, we're also encouraging everyone to consider setting up a recurring monthly gift through Tithely. So we'll let you know about that. And it helps us plan ahead and sustain Unity's work consistently throughout the year. So we'll keep you updated. But thank you again for being part of this community. Not just with your presence, but with your ongoing support. It truly makes a difference. So thank you so much.
Thank you. That is beautiful. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate you both. We have the opportunity now to receive the tithes, the love offerings, the generosity. I believe some of this is just reshaping and opening to the belief that the universe supplies us with all that we need, and that it continues to flow through each of us and through this community as we continue to get closer and closer to living in the black. And we have done that, and we have continued to do that. And I am so grateful to be a part of this. Our offering is, and it's up on the screen, I just invite you to hold that with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I've watched them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, I believe our kids are gathering. For those of you who don't know, today is the day when we have 15 7 to 11-year-olds leaving for kids camp, and we have our YOUers, and I believe we have 5 or 6 of them going, plus the adults, and they also decided to put on this fundraiser downstairs, and so Barbara said we needed to check her sanity. I don't know, and I said, well, maybe we should check dates a little earlier, but anyway, they are here, they are excited, and in just a moment, we're going to sing them in. The realization that we get to choose our agreements also means that we can support others in choosing larger agreements. I believe that the absolute love of the universe created us, and we have the ability to channel it. So my invitation to you is to send that love into the center of this room and to surround each one of these youth with that so that they know they are whole, infinite, and complete. We're going to sing them in. Okay?
Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. The circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. Make new friends, keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. The circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend.
Already at camp? Okay.
Hi, my name is Orson, and what we did today was, so we had ribbons, and then we wrote like a prayer. I mean prayer on it, and then we hung it on the tree outside. So if you want to see them, they're outside. They're called prayer ribbons.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm the YOU sponsor. And the YOU are at camp already, being kids camp counselors. And I am here to talk about the taco bar downstairs, which is a fundraiser for the entire youth of Unity to support the whole youth ed program. And also we still have glorious t-shirts for sale. So those are downstairs. Those are $20, and there's just a few left. And I'd love to invite you to wear your t-shirt for the garden party.
All right, and we invite all of you to join us downstairs afterwards. And I just invite you to say hello and find the story of some of the people. We have name tags. Our goal is that before you leave the building, you've learned 3 other names. That can be scary, but I just invite you to think about that. We are all walking this journey together, and we are all walking each other home. We're going to stand and hold an intention for peace on this planet as we sing, "Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me."
Let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, peace that was meant to be. But God has
Oh, yes, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. We're going to join together in our uni prayer, and then we will sing our youth out. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All right, and we just say, thank you, God. We're going to sing our youth out.
Little pebble upon the sand, now you're lying here in my hand. How many years have you been here? Little human upon the sand, from where I'm lying here in your hand. You to me are but a passing breeze. Oh, the sun will always shine where you stand, depending in which land you may find yourself. Now you have my blessing, go your way. Little pebble upon the sand, now you're lying here in my hand. How many years have you been here? Little human upon the sand, from where I'm lying here in your hand. You to me are but a passing breeze. Oh, the sun will always shine where you stand, depending in which land you may find yourself. Now you have my blessing, go your way. La 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 la. Happiness runs in a circular motion. Thought is like a little boat upon the sea. All our souls are deeper than you can see. You can have everything if you let yourself be. Everybody is a part of everything anyway. You can have everything if you let yourself be. Happiness runs in a circular motion. Thought is like a little boat upon the sea. La 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 la.